What's holding you back from aligning your intentions? Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, following all the right steps, setting clear intentions, but something still feels off? Like there's an invisible wall between you and your dreams? Maybe you've tried visualization, meditation, journaling, all the right things, but you're still not seeing the results you want. If this sounds familiar, then you're not alone. In today's video, you might just have a breakthrough that you've been looking for. This video is for you if you're ready to break through the barriers holding you back from manifesting your deepest desires and living a life that's truly aligned with your authentic self. Be sure to stay until the end, where I'll share a powerful insight that could completely transform your approach to intention setting. Save the video for later. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss my next episode. Hello, I'm Dr. RB, a licensed psychologist in Florida and New York. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. This channel, I bridge together many of the topics that I find interesting that include depth psychology, ancient wisdom traditions, spirituality, human design, and various therapeutic techniques, even a little astrocartography. My mission is to help you connect deeply with your authentic self and divine guidance while navigating our rapidly changing world. When it comes to personal growth and fulfillment, aligning our intentions isn't just important, it's absolutely crucial. It's about being crystal clear on what we want, understanding why we want it, and making conscious decisions to achieve it. But let's be honest, there are some serious barriers that can hold us back. Before we dive into these barriers, though, I want to share something important. These obstacles aren't signs that you're doing something wrong. They're actually natural parts of the growing process. Understanding them is the first step to moving past them. So let's explore 4 major blocks that might be standing in your way. Ready? Let's get started. So the first block is, of course, fear. I'm not just talking about the obvious fears. I mean those deeper, more subtle fears that often go unnoticed. First, fear of failure, yes, but how about fear of success? Fear that you'll get what you want. Fear of uncertainty. Fear of what others might think of you after you get what you want. Let me share a recent example from one of my clients, and I'm going to call her Sarah for privacy. She was a talented artist who dreamed of leaving her corporate job to fulfill her art full time. She had the skills, the savings, and even a growing following on social media. But something kept holding her back. Through our work together, we discovered it wasn't just the fear of failing, it was fear of succeeding. The thought of actually achieving her dream brought up unexpected anxieties about identity, responsibility, and visibility. This is what I call the success paradox. When part of you deeply wants something, while another part of you fears the very thing you desire, isn't that the voice that keeps you playing small, that keeps you in your comfort zone, even when you know you're meant for more? Yep. The second barrier is self-doubt, that persistent inner critic that questions everything you do. Are you really good enough? What do you think you're doing? Who do you think you are? Are you think you're ready for this? Does this sound familiar? This kind of self-doubt isn't just uncomfortable, it can be absolutely paralyzing. Here's what makes self-doubt so tricky. It often disguises itself as wisdom or practical thinking. It might show up as being realistic or doing due diligence, but there's a crucial difference between thoughtful planning and self-sabotage. So let me share a technique that I use with my clients, and I call it doubt dialogue. So take out a sheet of paper. Yeah, take it out. Come on, do it right now. Write down your self-doubts in one column. In the second column, write down the evidence that challenges each doubt. By doing this, you'll realize that your doubts are based more on fear than on fact or evidence. Interesting. The third block are limiting beliefs. And I did speak about this in a video yesterday. These are the stories we tell ourselves, often picked up from our childhood, our culture, or past experiences, or even our interpretation of past experiences that we told ourselves. Yeah, they're like invisible chains holding us back. And the tricky part is that most of the time we don't even realize that those chains are there. So let's look at some common limiting beliefs. They include things like success means struggling and sacrificing everything else. I have to have everything figured out before I start. And if I fail, it means I'm not meant to do this. Or I don't really have what it takes. These beliefs often operate like computer programs running in the background of our mind, and they influence our decisions without our awareness. The first step to changing them is bringing them to consciousness. And finally, there's the fear of change itself. Even when we want something different, there's a part of us that resists transformation. Why? Because change means stepping into the unknown, becoming someone new, and this can be terrifying. I see this often in my practice. Clients who are on the verge of a breakthrough, but suddenly they find themselves procrastinating, making excuses, creating problems in other areas, canceling the session, not showing for the session. This is what I call the transformation threshold. It's that point where your desired change becomes real and your system responds with resistance. But here's this powerful insight that I promised you at the beginning that I was going to share with you. So here we go. The key to breaking through these barriers isn't about forcing yourself to be fearless or completely eliminating self-doubt. It's about shifting your focus from what you want to achieve to who you need to become. Yeah, that's the shift that has to happen. Let me explain this a little bit better. When we're too focused on the outcome, on getting to that specific goal, we often miss the most important part of the journey, our own transformation. The truth is, aligning your intentions isn't just about manifesting specific results. It's about becoming the version of yourself who naturally attracts those results. So, how do we make this shift? I'm going to share 5 practical strategies that you can use right now, immediately. Ready? First strategy, the identity shift practice. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, spend time each morning journaling about who you need to become, right in the present tense as if you're already that person. And then notice what feelings and thoughts are coming up when you're doing this exercise. The second one, fear mapping exercise. Take out a piece of paper and draw a circle in the center with your goal. Then around the circle, you're going to write all your fears that come up related to achieving this goal. For each fear, ask yourself, what would I do if this fear was not holding me back? Then use those answers to create action steps that you'll take. The next one, the belief renovation process. You want to identify one limiting belief that's holding you back, find evidence from your life that contradicts this belief, create a new empowering belief that aligns with your new evidence, and then practice this new belief daily through affirmations and conscious action. Because now you know there's evidence to back it up. So it's not just positive affirmations. Then you want to also consider doing the alignment audit. Each evening, you're going to review actions from the day, and you want to ask yourself, were these aligned with who I want to become? If not, what prevented alignment? What can you tweak or do differently? Make adjustments for the next day based on your insights. The progressive exposure method also is a good one. It breaks down the big goal into teeny tiny steps, and you want to take one small action each day that still stretches your comfort zone a little, and then you want to celebrate the small wins to build momentum. Gradually increase the challenge level as your confidence grows. Now, Let me address some common questions that always come around this work. What if I'm not sure what I really want? Great question. This actually is a perfect place to start. Instead of pressuring yourself to know everything, you want to start with what you know you don't want. In a way, that's like pivoting. And a lot of the times it's easier to write down what you don't want. So when you know what you don't want, then you want to pivot for the opposite, right? So if you don't want to fall behind financially, then what you do want is to always be able to meet your financial commitments with ease and joy. For example, how do I know if it's fear holding me back or genuine intuition? That's another great question. Fear tends to constrict and create anxiety. Fear also creates a lot of tension in the body, while intuition usually comes from either the heart area, maybe even in the stomach area or the gut area. And while intuition tends to be more calm, like a calm knowing, even if it's telling you to wait or change direction. So different feelings. What if I've tried everything and I still feel stuck? Another good question. Often feeling stuck is a sign that you're trying to force something instead of allowing transformation to happen naturally. This is where working with a professional can be incredibly valuable. So remember, true alignment happens when who you are matches who you want to be. The barriers we discussed today, fear, self doubt, limiting beliefs, and resistance to change, they're not walls meant to keep you stuck or stop you. They're actually opportunities for growth, showing you exactly where you need to focus your attention. This work of aligning your intentions isn't just about achieving goals. It's about becoming more fully yourself. Each obstacle you face is an invitation to grow, to expand, and to become more of who you truly are. So, again, you're not focusing on getting something or on a certain situation happening. You're focusing more on who you are after the fact. So, who are you after you have your dream house? Who are you after you move to that country you've always wanted to live in? Who are you after you get that promotion? That's where you want to focus. So, if you're ready to dive deeper into this work and learn more about setting powerful intentions, follow the link in the comments below. I've created a special resource just for this community that will help you take these insights even further. And if this video resonated with you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on personal growth, psychology, spiritual development, and everything else I'm interested in. Until next time, remember, the barriers holding you back are actually pointing the way forward. You've got this, and I'm here to support you on your journey. So, again, I'm looking forward to your comments and follow the link to know more. Once again, this is Dr. RB. Thank you for taking your time and joining me today.